whatever conversation you're having, if it's a sales conversation, if it's social, whatever it is, it's a relationship between two human beings. If you want to convince someone of something, if you want to get your point across, you start out in agreement. You always agree. Even if you don't agree, even if the point of view is ludicrous. If someone is saying the sky is green, and it's obviously not green, it's blue, you are going to agree. And it's not because you want to sort of manipulate them into something that is evil, or you're trying to gaslight them into something. It's because you cannot get your point across if you start out from conflict. So I think I learned it from Brian Tracy when he said, a man convinced against his will is of the same opinion still. So sure, you can, let me get all the proof in the world. Let me get, scientists to prove that it's blue. And eventually, maybe grudgingly, the guy will say, yeah, sure, it's blue. And he'll be pissed off at you. And somewhere in the back of his mind, he'll still believe it's green. Now, if we start out in agreement, we now have a chance of building rapport, getting on the same wavelength. And from there on out, we can build towards actually, saying, yeah, it might be blue as well. But never, ever, ever do we start by disagreeing with someone. If someone says, this product is ridiculously expensive, your service is not worth the price at all, we still agree. Now, you can do it in a couple different ways. You can do it just outright, saying, hey, I hear you. I get what you're saying. I understand completely. Now, that's not obvious agreement, is it? Like, I hear you is just, confirmation that I hear you. Like, actually, the sounds that you're making have reached my eardrums. It's all good. Or you can say, hey, I used to think the same thing, which is agreement, but also sort of implying that you don't agree at all because you used to think that way. You can do it in a lot of different ways, but I do not want you to say, no, that's bullshit. That's ridiculous. That's not true. Now, if you're having fun, if you're having banter, you will see me do this a lot of times where I just outright refuse to agree with someone. But it's because there's like a dynamic going on. But if I want to convince you of something, if I want to be in a sales relationship with you, if I'm building towards something, I will never, ever disagree with you. And the guy that actually sort of, I don't know, maybe popularized this, or for me that sort of put this into word, was Grant Cardone. He came up with the always agree thing. As far as I know, right? I might be wrong, might be older. But that's stuck with me. Yeah, he's absolutely right. Even if you don't agree at all, just agree in principle at first, and from there on out, you can go on. But never, ever, ever, do me a favor, don't disagree with people. Even if they say something that, is negative about your product or your service, whatever, hey, completely understand. And then give them more information. Keep on speaking to them. Don't just say, yeah, you're right, and that's it. We now have like a platform. Like, okay, we're in communication, we're in rapport, we're on the same wavelength. Now you can give more information and see if we can sort of slowly move this around to more reasonable territory. Because a lot of times it's just emotion, or it's someone disagreeing out of principle, and you can't take that really seriously. Just keep on going, agree, and then we have a platform to work together.